Trade has taken place throughout history. The Greek and Roman empires flourished because of lucrative trade that brought valuable spices to Europe from the Far East. Trade is important for it allows specialization and division of labor, and is essential for a nation's development. In most countries, it represents a significant part of the GDP. International trade is increasing mainly because of industrialization, advanced transportation technologies, and outsourcing. However, international trade is often hampered by governmental quotas and restrictions, and is often taxed by tariffs on imports. Free trade exists when two governments agree to remove all or most of such trade barriers. Kenya has the largest economy by GDP in East and Central Africa and is a member of the East African Community, a customs union comprising 5 countries. Agriculture is the largest sector of Kenya's economy. The principal crops are tea, coffee, and horticultural produce such as flowers, beans, and peas. Other agricultural commodities with export potential are sisal, wheat, pineapples, cashew nuts, sugarcane, and cotton. The service industry is a major economic driver as well, and Kenya has seen much expansion in this sector over the last decade, particularly in tourism, education, and telecommunications. The manufacturing sector is dominated by the food processing industries, like grain milling and beer production. Also of importance is the cement production industry and the manufacturing of many other consumer goods. But there is a clear potential for more value-added manufactured goods, for example in the leather and textile sectors, as well as car parts. The production and export of value-added manufactured goods is key for Kenya's continued development. The European Union, or EU, has 28 member states. The EU is a single market of over 500 million consumers with the highest GDP in the world. Within this single market, there is free movement of goods. Once imported into a member state, goods can then freely move within the EU. Trade is a common policy of the European Union. It is the European Commission which negotiates trade agreements with third partners on behalf of the 28 member states. The European Union is a very open market. This openness has meant that the EU is amongst the biggest players in the global trading scene and therefore a great region to do business with. The European Union is the world's largest trading bloc and is the most open to developing countries. The EU imports more products from the developing world than any other trading region. The European Union is also the world's largest development partner, including humanitarian aid. The World Trade Organization, or WTO, was born in 1995. It has a mandate to supervise and liberalize international trade. The organization is attempting to complete negotiations on the Doha Development Round with a focus on addressing the needs of developing countries. However, negotiations are slow and difficult. Major points of contention are hindering its progress. As a result of this impasse, WTO's main trading partners, like the European Union, have started bilateral negotiations with different regions of the world. The European Union recently concluded free trade negotiations with important trading partners such as South Korea, Singapore, Colombia, and Canada. Last year, the EU and the US started FTA negotiations, the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership. This will be the biggest trade deal ever. Kenya and the European Union have a long-standing historical, cultural, and economic relationship. Almost 25% of Kenyan exports, mainly coffee, tea, and flowers, are exported to the European market annually, representing a value of over 100 billion Kenyan shillings. The EU market is attractive to Kenya's producers and exporters for many reasons. We share similar cultures, there are no language barriers, and the transport distances between the two regions are reasonable. But, most importantly of all, is that the European market is completely open to Kenyan imports. This means that Kenyan goods enter the EU market at 0% import tariff. This is currently the case, and it will remain so under the Economic Partnership Agreement. The East African Community, the EAC, and the European Union are in the process of concluding a free trade agreement of a special kind, the Economic Partnership Agreement, or EPA. This deal is special as it takes into consideration the difference in the state of development between the two parties. The deal is, in essence, asymmetrical in two unique ways. First is in the timing of the market opening. The EU market will be open 100% immediately. The EAC market, however, will open up its market to EU products gradually over a period of 20 years. Second is in the scope of the market opening. The EU opens its markets 100% duty-free and quota-free for all imports from the EAC countries, whereas the EAC opens its markets to the EU products in a much more limited way. The EAC market will always retain import taxes on part of EU imports. These items will remain sheltered from EU competition. These are the sensitive items, mainly agricultural products, but also cars, chemicals, textiles, and others. But the Economic Partnership Agreement is more than just reciprocal market opening. EPA is a true partnership that fosters EAC integration as well as provides better frameworks to attract foreign investment. Not only will the EPA maintain duty-free access to one of the world's largest markets, it will also increase the EAC's competitiveness on the world stage. Kenya and the European Union share many common objectives and have always been partners, as is witnessed by the presence of the many EU-led investments and development projects in the region. The Economic Partnership Agreement is there to strengthen this partnership. This agreement has a real potential to increase and improve our bilateral trade. Let us not miss this opportunity.